Hi, welcome to Paranormal Kativity. I have a very strange topic to discuss with you guys today. I came across it not too long ago, I'd say probably 6 months ago, through Reddit again. This one has its own subreddit, its own followers, and a bunch of people who believe that this is real. And what this is dimensional jumping. According to the description on r/dimensionaljumping, they describe that subreddit as a place to share your personal experiences of the shifting of nature of reality through the deliberate applications of techniques to bring about jumps, in effect switching to a more desirable universe. When I first heard about this, I was like, there is no way that people actually think that they can do this. But if you go into this, there's an entire community devoted to the fact that they feel that they can jump from universe to universe, or jump out of their body into an alternate one. It was just so peculiar and fascinating to me, so I had to keep learning more. The main post on that thread is from a user named TriumphantGeorge, and it goes through the instructions on how to jump. So I'm going to go over those for you now. Rule number 1, get a mirror. The bigger the better. If it's to a size that you could theoretically walk through it, that is ideal. The best time to attempt to dimensional jump is between midnight and 3 a.m. It is possible to do it during the day, but for the most part, the best success you're going to have is during those time frames. Number 3, turn off the lights, get it as dark as possible where you are. Eliminate all of the sound that you can from the environment, so turn off cell phones, radios, anything in the house, TVs that might be going on, and just try and get it as quiet and dark as possible. And you need to light a candle. And what you're going to do is you're going to set the mirror on the floor, set the candle in between yourself and the mirror, and sit on the floor facing the mirror with the candle between you. The only light that you should have in the room is the candle light from that single candle. The next step is to relax, clear your mind, and focus your concentration on your reflection. What you're going to try and do is concentrate on seeing that reflection of you as a separate entity, as a different you. And then you're going to concentrate on trying to switch places with that you. Step 5. This just goes on to explain that sometimes it takes a little while for the shift to happen. And how to tell if a shift has occurred is there are a few telltale things. Some of them can be like a slight disorientation or a slight feeling of movement when there hasn't been any. Some bigger ones could be seeing your reflection blink when you haven't. And then it goes on to say, like, bigger, flags that, hey, you've switched places is actually seeing the other image in the mirror completely move without you doing anything on your side of the mirror, which is freaking creepy in my opinion. But the bigger the shift in your life, the more you're going to be able to feel in that step. Number 6, take a few days and kind of see what is different. According to this step, you might notice that maybe you have a scar that you've always had that now is gone, or something that you own is now a different color or pattern when you know that it wasn't before. So just keep an eye out for any small shifts that have occurred. Number 7, which is optional, is just to be able to focus on a destination. So that destination might be you with more money, or you with a better job. Something that's just slightly different that you can really focus on as a goal. Now, a lot of people say that there's no other you, that this experience kind of focuses your mind in like kind of a law of attraction meditation way, where it just makes radical changes in your life itself, and that you're not actually switching bodies with anybody, but you're just switching your mindset and your perception of the world around you by going through these steps. Then there are people who swear that this works. I've heard crazy accounts on there where like suddenly their room's a different color, or their top is totally different that they fell asleep in, they woke up and it's different. A lot of people said like when they go to sleep they wake up and that's when they can tell something is really different. I've also heard of people writing down numbers or having like a set number that they know means that they're in that universe, and they check the number a few days later to see if the number has changed. So that is like a little trick to be able to tell if something has changed in your universe. I've heard of people doing this on accident on this thread. There was a story of a girl who fell asleep one night, happy, loving her life, woke up, and she was living with the guy she broke up with a year ago. And no matter who she told her what she said, that, hey, I broke up with you a year ago and I've been living with this other guy, nobody believed her. She ended up having to be institutionalized. So then there's instances like that. This is something that really astounds me and creeps me out, and I wonder the validity of it a lot because it's just so odd. I personally really love my life. Of course, things could always be better. Like, everybody has dreams and goals, right? But would I want to jeopardize what I have now in order to achieve them? Not so much. So I really don't recommend anybody do this unless you really want to change your situation and you really are unhappy where you are currently. Then go for it. You know, what could it hurt even if it ends up you're just sitting in front of a candle kind of meditating for a little while? It's not like it's going to hurt you. But if this dimensional jumping thing is legit, then it might take you to a better, you know, state of mind or state of being or life. So in that case, go for it if you're really in dire straits and want to change. I personally, it would freak me out. This seems a little more dangerous to me than Ouija boards or anything of that nature. This is messing with, like, your life and your reality and your world. I hope that this has kind of opened your mind up to something a little bit different, because I know when I first heard about it, I was like, these peeps are nuts. But the more I read about it, the more I was like, if this is real and this whole community exists and everybody in it feels like they've had an experience where something has shifted for them, maybe it has more validity to it than I know. I don't know. I'm just really interested in the entire topic and ideology of it. So let me know if any of you guys have heard of this, if you've tried it and you feel like you're one of the people who has done this. I definitely want to know what's changed for you and how your life is different. And if it's just something that you want to talk about in any other form or fashion, comment below. Let's get some dialogue started on what we think about this topic, because it's just really paranormal and strange and out there and weird, and it's just so different from any other, like, theories that I'd ever heard of. So the fact that this entire community exists on Reddit was just really neat to me. I subbed right away so that I could read about people's experiences. Whether I believe it or not, it's still really cool to read about. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please let me know. And I will talk to you again soon. Have a splendid rest of your day, night, weekend, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye.